Oh, hi there. I'm just cooking up Deadlock's latest patch. Alright, so I've been on holiday for a hot minute, but I wanted to make part 2 of this video. So, this is what your Deadlock main says about you. The blue wife-beater wearing dude with the trimmed womb broom is a sadist. A massive, massive sadist. And I adore playing him. This guy's just odd. At a high level, he's a really good team fighter. Flies in, ults you, throws you down, silence wave, slam, cold front, whip, and you're cooked, and his team jump on you. Most Lash players aren't playing for the team build, though. The actual way to play Lash is to select one player on the enemy team and make them feel really small. I mean small. Take them and compact them down into a little cube so you can sustainably build a house out of them. This is the way to play Lash. Make one player on the enemy team so inordinately angry, so compressed and dense with pure fury that they create their own little black hole. And that's how you know you've won a game when you're playing Lash. A good Calico player is an immortal pain in the ass, skirmishing on the edge of fights, dealing damage, being immortal, initiating late game. Very difficult to kill, and she's farmed every box on the map while still participating in all the team fights. A bad Calico player is filming Disney's aristocrats on the other side of the map while you lose a 4v5. I don't understand the Calico desire to turn into a cat and farm boxes while we're actively losing the game. Now, I understand that permafighting isn't a good idea, although recent metas will have told you otherwise. But Calico is such a strong initiator and has such powerful rotation tools that you'd think she'd be able to get to a fight when it was next to her, and I can't stress this enough, she just can't. I don't understand. Calico players, please can you explain yourselves in the comments? Bebop players are Deadlock's resident hookers, standing on street corners to hook in overzealous citygoers before giving them a power fisting with an explosive finish. Innuendo aside, this is the one player base I've seen in a competitive game who are more dedicated to making their funny meme build work than they are winning the game, and I love them for it. It is phenomenal. Bomb build still is not good. Bomb build hasn't been good since week 1 of the game, and still, every player you meet in matchmaking is trying to stick 2 of those little sticky bombs to you. Even if you bought debuff remover 20 minutes ago, they're going to carry on. However, there's a subsection of bomb build players who have mastered the art, crafted in a lab in the 40s by the legendary Oppenheimer. These players don't place the bombs on you. They place them on themselves and then enable 14 speed boosts and kamikaze themselves into your backline. Oppenheimer players are scary. I mean really scary. Ivy is another one of those 2 category characters. She's the closest thing we have in this game to a pocket support, which makes her the de facto girlfriend character. If you've never pocket supported your mate, or if you've never had a mate pocket support you, it's an incredibly fun playstyle. The second type of Ivy player you meet 1 in 30 games. She's not supporting her duo. She's solo queuing. On G Fuel, perhaps something illicit, and pure, unadulterated rage. This Ivy player has worked out that Stoneform is actually probably in the top 5 of abilities in the game. It's invulnerability, on a quick cooldown, with a stun. This is not good. Well, it is if you're using it. The thing about Ivy's stun is it's amazing for taking Rejuvenator, but it's also just perfect in 1v1s, and it will catch so many players off guard. Then pair this with the fact that you're not actually wielding an SMG, but you're wielding the gun from an A1 Warthog, and she's pretty scary. Very scary, in fact. So, good Ivy players will beat you to death. Bad Ivy players are really fun to play with and against, and honestly, as with every support in this game, I really quite like her. Dynamo's patch history feels like shrinkflation. It's got that same guttural feeling of seeing your favourite chocolate bar get 1 square smaller. He is built around one of the best abilities in any video game, which is an AoE long-term stun and displacement. Black Hole. Unbelievably strong. Zarya's grab from Overwatch, Dynamo's ult itself, other examples. It's one of those pieces of CC that just warps the game around it. He can shut down so many things with it, and it is one of the strongest abilities in the game, which is why it is on a cooldown of half an epoch. And so, because he has such an ability in his kit, the rest of his kit kind of has to be gutted. And so, Dynamo is in this weird place where he's a pure support with very, very low impact unless you play him flawlessly. However, there is an offshoot of Dynamo players, using a build that I did not come up with myself, but I do think is very funny. the Impregnator. Dynamo built around knock-up is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, the stomp goes a million miles, does a million damage, and then he kills you with his ultimate. This build isn't good. You sacrifice all of your utility, you sacrifice all of your cooldown management, you sacrifice the ability to play the game properly. But honestly, at this point, it's kind of viable. His support build's been stripped. You can't build enough range, and you can't build enough cooldown. So, here is what I have to say to every Dynamo player in the game. Stop playing properly. Start using your knock-up. Abrams. This player base has more combined CTE than the entire NFL Hall of Fame combined. And I adore them for it. Every single one of you big blue beautiful bastards are playing as prime Floyd Mayweather. Very, very dangerous hands and an entirely decorative piece of literature. I've gone through Abrams in depth in my first video, but essentially, press Q, be immortal, win game. Phenomenal, S tier, perfect character design, no notes, well done Valve. Indica Jones over here is for one of two players. Either the rootin' tootin' cowboy shootin' fuckwits that just landed on the wrong side of a Tarantino film, or the nerdiest, sweatiest, most hunched over gamers from page 4 of the Reddit patch notes, and there is no in between. The reason for this is her design is phenomenal. This cowboy with a gunslinger, bounce pads, throwing explosive barrels, awesome. Unfortunately, competitively speaking, she has, and this is not an exaggeration, one of the most overloaded kits I've ever seen in a video game. Her barrel is a kit in and of itself. High damage, knock up, incredible burst, and it works with rapid recharge. It didn't need to work with rapid recharge, that was unnecessary. And then her ultimate, for some reason, is just better paradox ult. I understand that they're kind of similar characters in terms of their role, but why do you get to put them into a specific location? Holiday grabs you with the lasso and takes you into a dark room where her emissary teammates can feast on you like carrion on a carcass. Like and subscribe, or I will replace your toilet paper with sandpaper. Talon is a very frustrating character for me. Not because he's good, he's complete dog shit, but because his players don't seem to enjoy playing the game, and no one enjoys playing against him. Every Talon player I've ever met is the most deadpan, apathetic, confused, and annoyed gamer on the planet. The only emotion you'll ever get out of them is probably a stream of racial slurs, and all they do is place their traps, hit a few shots, and then complain that they don't do enough damage. That, or they're the friendliest individuals you've ever known. Almost to a fault. They will be stood on the side lane at minute 3, screaming into voice chat, Guys, I've got bird. Listen, blue lane, I'm going to bird for you in 3 seconds and it's going to be perfect. This bird is going to come in on a full health Abrams or a full health Mo and Krill. It's going to stun them for 2 seconds. Then your emissary teammates are going to dive said Abrams and Mo and Krill while they are playing Ivy and Viper. They are then going to get turbo fisted. And then they're going to blame the Talon player. And it's so sad because all he did was mean well. When I started this game, after feeding for a few games on Abrams, I mained Infernus. And it was fun. It was a peaceful life. I used Infuser in the early game to have a ridiculous combo at 2.2k souls. I built for tank and for rapid dash recharge. And then there was that patch. The patch that will not be named. The patch that turned my beloved boy into an M1 carry for some reason. And I saw screenshots like this on Reddit. And I saw screenshots like this on Reddit. And I realized my arch enemy, Haze players, had infected my beloved Infernus and turned him into a brain-dead M1 carry. And I tell you, Haze players, I want him back. Like most characters, Infernus fits into one of two categories while he's strong. Either you're playing him because he's utterly busted M1 carry, which, respect, we all want to win games, or you're playing him because he was a really fun, nuanced combo spirit character. You'd light them on fire, then you'd look for the perfect opportunity to sneak in some oil, dash at them, light them again, maintain that burn for as long as you can while fighting debuff removers, but now you just kind of click on them, and maybe combo them if you feel like it. I'm sad. This Infernus patch makes me sad. I want you all to do something for me. I want you to think back to primary school and try and remember the kid that was 3 names before you in the register. Can you do it? No, they didn't leave an impression on you and you're an adult now. That's the amount of impression that Geist players leave on me in the average Deadlock game. Now, What if I told you that the child you were supposed to be imagining was actually prime LeBron James? Because every time I get to the end of a deadlock match in which I haven't noticed Geist on my team or the other team, she somehow has top damage, 1 million kills, and has carried the entire game single-handedly. I didn't notice her. When did she do this? How can you have so much impact and be so forgettable? Okay, the thing about playing against Geist, right, is you'll wander around, and then either she swaps you and kills you, but that's quick and painless, or you're sort of vaguely taking damage from her, but because it's poke, you step away. So, Geist players, I have a genuine question for you. What are you doing? How are you doing it? And should I start joining you? Fuck you. Okay, so you're quirky then. You're a bit unique. You're not like the other M1 carries. You're special. And you're special in the fact that you like to slide around for high damage as opposed to stand there for it. I actually don't dislike Viper players that much. She's not a particularly strong hero, but she can have her moments. She's great at deleting objectives. But she does just feel like the other M1 carry. Not as coherent a kit as Hayes, and not as interesting a playstyle as Infernus or Wraith. More of a objective destroying hybrid. Your Venom's gonna kill someone that you were gonna kill anyway half the time, and your damage is high, but your entire kit just gets deleted by the concept of a knock-up. So yeah, Viper's kind of a pub stomper. If you play Viper, you probably know this, but you enjoy sneaking in the backline and solo killing walkers and killing the patron, and I can respect you for that. It's understandable, fair enough character, honestly, very middle-of-the-road alternative M1 carry. That's kind of all there is to say. Warden is the most honest character in the game, while still being utterly infuriating. He's just good. He's just very good. Hybrid build has been good on him forever, which is a sign of a solid character. You kind of build for everything, whichever of your abilities is strongest in the patch you put a bit more focus on, and then you just run it down. And yeah, fair enough. Wraith is a New York mob boss with a gambling addiction and way too much time on her hands. How are you running an empire but also side-pushing Walker and taking split fights? I don't understand. Side-pushing Walker and taking split Walker and taking fights on the side. Wraith is a interesting character, but she's a bit like cookie cutter. She does everything and she's a great character to learn the game on, but I just think there's more interesting options that you find. Everyone starts as a Wraith main. But then you learn, and you mature, and you become something different. Like a Lash paradox, man. Listen, if you've ever seen me in game, I'm not sorry. Thanks for watching the video. I just got a green screen. It's going to be choppy, this vid. I'm sorry about that, but, yeah, I'm going to implement it more. I might not do the whole thing on green screen in future. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will be uploading more frequently, I swear, I promise. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.